Good morning, Lansing Journal readers and viewers. We are here today at Mount Zion Ministries. It's a Wednesday morning. We are just visiting in on Mount Zion Ministries and their weekly food drive. We're here today with Betty Burley. Betty, tell us your connection to Mount Zion Ministries.
Hi. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Melanie, for coming out today. It's a pleasure having you all here. And we would like to welcome all of Lansing. As you can see, the line is backed all the way down the end of the block. And it's a lot of fun every week. We meet a lot of people, a lot of residents. But right now, with Walmart being shut down, it's so hard, you know. And what Mount Zion is about is extending a healing hand. We strive to do that every day, not just with the 24-hour pantry, but also with the food pop-ups that we do every week. And we anticipate today, based on the amount of phone calls, 200 to 300 families driving through between the two pop-up pantries. We have a lot of food today, everything from bread to yogurt to eggs to cookie dough, and we even have some coffee. And all the food is provided by Illinois Partners in Hope, and they're a wonderful organization based out of New Lenox, and they're always there. All I have to do is pick up the phone and call and ask for something. So we're just very thankful.
So you mentioned a double drive today. So usually on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. you have a food drive, right? That's the weekly ritual here, right?
Yes.
And so it's because of Walmart's closing that today you're doing two different food drives, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
And so you got, and what caused that? Have you been receiving lots of calls to that effect, that people need more food than normally on a Wednesday?
Yes,
Really?
most definitely.
Okay.
We actually had, and I'm not going to give her name, but we had an elderly lady stop in yesterday, and she was kind of upset because she went to the store and it was closed and
Sure.
wasn't able to get food. So she came here. She had seen it on your website that we were having the pop-up pantry, and was wondering if it was yesterday, and I said, no, you're early, but
Yeah.
she was able to come out to the pantry and get some canned goods and stuff.
Very good.
So,
Of course, you guys are just a stone's throw from Walmart, so I'm sure
Oh,
that you
yeah.
have plenty of carryover between their market and the people who will be coming here.
most
So
definitely.
behind the camera right now, we tried to get it on video. It doesn't really look that impressive, but there are cars lined up all the way down the block. Is that usual on a Wednesday morning?
It is, yes,
It
sir.
is, okay.
They're lined up down 177th Street. They'll be lined up on Locust Street back to 178th. When you come out, please line up that way. That way, Lansing Police Department has asked us to do that.
Okay.
It's easier, and that way there's no backup on Torrance.
No backup on Torrance. You can see the line there, long line of cars. We are just shy of, about 10 minutes shy of 10 a.m., and that's how long the line is. So, Betty, for today's double giveaway, these folks can come through as the food drive starts at 10 a.m., and then they can come through again at noon, right?
Yes, sir, correct. And no ID is never needed. We never ask for ID, no city restriction. And if you want to pick up for extra, like for your family or for your neighbors, we actually encourage that.
Okay.
We here at Mount Zion, we love our neighbors. We love our community. And, you know, faith without works is dead. And so we aim to really enrich the lives of everyone in our community, and thereby fulfilling the law of God. So.
Very good. And so just getting down to brass tacks a little bit, so people swing around this way and they come through and they stay in their car, and your lovely volunteers are going to put the food inside of their car for them, right?
Correct. Then you never have to get out of your car. You can stay in there where it's nice and warm, and our volunteers will place the food in the trunk and through the windows.
Excellent. What about something like expiration dates? Like, is any of this food close to its expiration date? How do you deal with that?
So that's a really good question, Josh. Some of the items we get are either going to be discontinued,
Okay.
or near their expiration date, or they were flash frozen before their expiration date, so that they're still edible.
Gotcha.
And still good. The stores, you know, a lot of times you'll see right now, because of the pandemic, the shelves are getting bare, but the suppliers, they have a lot of extra food, and because of the worker shortage, that food's not being able to be delivered. So that's where Illinois Partners in Hope comes in, and other nonprofits like them. You know, they'll get the food straight from the supplier, and then they give it to nonprofits.
What's the most interesting food item you guys have had to give away? Melanie and I have been here a couple times just to see what's going on. We've had some interesting items.
Yes, but one of our favorite items is coffee and orange juice.
Okay.
Today, you've got to see this. Never in your life will you ever see a vat of Starbucks coffee. Look at this.
Look at that.
Straight from Starbucks, Christmas coffee.
So like you said, a product that's phasing out, Christmas coffee. We're in January now, and a whole box of Christmas coffee from Starbucks. Very cool.
How much fun is that? Today we've got peanut butter dough. Look at this. Super excited about that.
Wow, look at that. Reese's brand.
Yeah, all of the items we get are really going to be a lot of name brands.
Right, so you have different foods, so people aren't getting the same food every week that they come.
Exactly. They might get yogurt every week, but it's
Sure.
always going to be a different company. Like today is YoPlay.
Okay.
Last week I think we had Go-Gurt. So
Okay.
it does change every week, the actual food item.
I see. Very good.
Yeah.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
The pop-up pantry we've been doing since around May.
Okay. All right, so we are just a few yards away from the food drive, but closer to the building of Mount Zion Ministries. We are joined by Pastor Leon of Mount Zion. Pastor Leon, thanks for talking with us today.
Sure. Thank you so much for being here.
We're in front of a plethora of different pantry apparatuses here with food and clothes and whatnot. How long have you guys had a micro pantry in front of your building?
We've had a micro pantry at least maybe over 3 years.
Okay.
And we just had this one.
So this is the original. This is, I can see non-perishable items in here and whatnot. So that's been here for at least 3 years.
Right. It was in my heart to really extend it beyond the non-perishables.
Okay.
So we began to put perishable items, and my secretary would fold up some clothes, and I saw a need for other pantries. We looked up on Amazon, and we actually purchased this.
This one here. Okay.
Yes. And we secured it to the building.
So in here you have food. You've got milk. You've got other things,
We've
other
got
perishable
hot
items.
dogs, non-perishables. We try to stock this every day.
Every day.
And-
Are most of the stuff gone by the end of the day usually?
Believe it or not, now that individuals have learned about it, much of the stuff is gone
Is it? Okay.
every day.
Wow.
And we petition the people if they could please be considerate. 'Cause some bring a backpack and they take off the pack
Sure.
and,
Right.
and stuff it. But my secretary was still putting in clothes, so we decided to get a clothes bin.
Let's see what we have here. Okay.
But then individuals were coming, and I say, we need a clothes bin for men and boys, and we need a clothes bin for women. And what I did actually is I went to a thrift store,
Okay.
and we bought these items. Jesus said, "Who is my neighbor? What qualifies you? Do you eat? Do your stomach is empty? Do you get cold? Do you need clothing? That qualifies you because you're my fellow human being. Who is my neighbor?" And so, no, it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to show us an ID. We want to show you that Christ is alive in us. And
So you guys are maintaining. How much of is most of the stuff here donated, or do you end up purchasing a lot of it and it donors supplemented? How much of it is?
I would say 75% is us.
Okay.
60 to 70% is us. 75% is us.
Gotcha.
And then 30% is the neighborhood.
Very nice.
And I look at this and I stand back and I'm amazed at the level that we're operating and the money that we have to put out. It takes thousands and thousands of dollars a month to do this, of which we don't have.
Yeah.
So where are we getting it? Where are we getting the food? How are we getting the help? And I gotta say, this is the Lord.
Well, I think I can speak for the Lansing community and the people that are lined up all the way down this block and say we appreciate the way you are putting your faith into action. We appreciate the intentionality that's gone into this pantry. It's clear that it's been thought through and it's been expanding, and we're excited to see this generosity happening. So as I think we're about to start here, as the food drive starts, we're going to see some folks getting some food, see how the process works. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So the moment has come. The drive-through lane is full. This is the very first car of at least dozens that we can see parked down the street. And the lovely volunteers of Mount Zion Ministries are at work filling this car with food. We are in full swing at the food drive. Cars are coming through. You've just been told that you have a long line that's waiting. Where should people come to stay in line as the line stretches down the street and even turns around the corner?
So we ask that they come off 177th Street, they turn right onto 178th. They're going to follow the line up Locust and come back up 177.
Okay.
We were just told from one of our regular pop-up patrons that the line is backed up right now past McDonald's going on to Torrance. So, but we'll be moving pretty fast. Yes.
For people who haven't been the first time, the best way to go is to just turn at the McDonald's corner and come up north a block and come down 177.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Very good.
With their trunk popped and their windows rolled down before they pull into the parking lot, so that they don't spend as much time in the line getting food, and we can get them in and out quickly. Yeah.
Thank you, Betty. Appreciate it.
Thank you.